Welcome to Vandemic Campervans here in Denver, Colorado. My name is Rick, one of the owners of Vandemic Campervans. We build out them here in Denver, Colorado, and we're gonna invite you into our latest build. It's a 159 Highroof Promaster. It's a 2021. Can't wait to show you guys. Come on in and take a peek. We offer two different layouts here at Vandemic Campervans. This one in particular is our original design. This is our Bonnie build. This is our favorite layout, and this is what most of our clients choose for their actual van. All right, we're gonna start in the kitchen. Up above, there's one overhead pantry cabinet. This is great. We try to build to the frame of the van to maximize space, but also not jeopardize any actual storage space. Underneath there, we always include a self-ratcheting paper towel holder. Built-in spice rack. There's two shelves here. Again, we like to find every nook and cranny in the van and that's usable, and so this is still insulated, but it still works out well to have spices readily available. This is also great to hold some little soap or like a sponge as well. Underneath that, you've got your water pump. There's a 32-gallon freshwater tank. This is your on-off for your pump. And then next to that, there's a 10-gallon undermounted gray water tank. So this button here is a push-release solenoid, so people can choose where they release the water, which is great. Over here, we have a 4-foot counter. We wanted some separation between the bedroom and the kitchen, so we've built up a little backsplash with this beautiful teak counter. There's a little ledge here as well. It's about a 3-inch ledge just to give you some more storage space, or when you're doing dishes or anything to put some stuff on top of there. Nice deep sink. We can't recommend enough a nice deep bar sink. This is 14 inches by 10 inches deep. It's great for doing dishes, so when things are actually down in here, it eliminates, not 100%, but it helps kind of contain the water that splashes everywhere while you're doing dishes in a small area. A nice pull down sink or a faucet is nice. This can swing around outside as well to help rinse off here, as opposed to the out back, which we also have an outdoor shower. Again, 4-foot countertop, teak, beautiful. It's waterproof, which is great, but we finish it to help make it even more waterproof. And then this particular van has a 2-burner gas stove. Easy enough to use. We give people the option of doing a gas stove or an induction stove top, but cooking is always great for gas. Above the fridge is a nice big drawer. This is great for all of your cutlery, forks, knives, spoons, any other utensils. Readily available for the kitchen use. And then again, below that is your actual fridge. So we typically use an isotherm Cruise 85. It's a 3 cubic foot fridge. Holds a good amount of food, and there's a good amount of space in here for close to a week's worth of food. There's also a small little freezer in there. All right, we're moving in over to the living room area. This particular build, our Bonnie build, has a closet. So it's got a hang bar inside there. You can see a little bit inside there. It is nice, super deep, so you can fit a handful of hanging clothes, but also it's deep enough to maybe store some valuables or some shoes, extra boots or something down below, which is great. On the face of the closet rests two things. There's your inverter controller. Next to that is your battery monitor. This is a cool thing to gauge how much, you can see how much solar is coming in, and then it also, with all the different settings on there, you can see how many watts you're using, how much time, how much battery power your batteries actually have left before they're drained. It's just a cool feature to have. It's centrally located in the van, so you can pretty much see it from wherever you're at. Another great feature of this layout is that we'll have a 4-foot couch here, which is great for 2 people, maybe 3. We actually did this build ourselves. We chose some pretty cool cow fabric that just really ties in the whole theme of the van. And every build here is gonna have a nice big slider window. This is great. It's screened. You can open the screen as well, so if you need to pass stuff to and from inside and out, you can do that, which is great. And then we found these shades right here. These are a blackout shade. You'll notice with the build, our style is more homey feeling. Again, our background is a lot in real estate, flipping houses, transitioning into vans. We wanted to be a little bit different on, you know, how do we bring our own flair? And so we really wanted to bring that home on wheels feel to van life, and we feel like we've really done a good job. This adds a little bit to that. These are great. Again, they're fully blackout shades. They're easy enough just to pull up and down, and it keeps all the light out. Underneath the couch, we have 4 big drawers. You can store a lot of stuff in these. They're all the same size, so they're all uniform. But again, it's all usable space underneath the couch. And again, in a small space, how do you maximize your storage areas? And we've done that pretty well here. And then back here, everybody always asks about a toilet. This is the toilet house. We include a cassette toilet. That's housed there. This is magnetized so it doesn't come popping open while you're driving, and it keeps it tucked away nice and neat. So every build, again, will have a lagoon table. These are great. They rotate on a 360-degree plane. You can lower the whole unit up or down, and it serves a variety of functions here. So I'm on our nice 4-foot couch here. Again, this can be a table here. Somebody could be sitting next to me and I could slide over and use it as a table or a desk here. The other cool thing is you can raise this up a little bit, but with the 2 front seats swiveled around, now you've got a nice table in the middle. And then thirdly, if you're really needing some extra space, where I find this comes in super handy is actually drying dishes. You can raise this up so it's all in line with the kitchen counter. So if you're doing a lot of prep work, but again, for me, I love actually having the space for dishes, because small space, how do you utilize it the best? Lagoon table comes in handy for a variety of things, but drying dishes is great. In the living room, you've got 3 overhead cabinets. You'll notice they're all on gas struts, so it helps keep the doors open, and then they're all magnetized as well, so they kind of lock into place. There's a good amount of storage. There's a 3rd one back this way. And also you'll notice we try to avoid using metal where we don't need to in the van. And so what we found what works really well are these leather handles. One, there's a richness it brings to the build, but they're soft. You can't hurt yourself on these, but we just like the way that really ties in the van. I'm standing under one of the 2 Max Air fans. These are all controlled by a remote. We do 2 in each build because we feel it really eliminates the need for air conditioning in a van. The Max Air fans are great. There's 10 speeds for each one, and you can have one of the fans pulling air in while the other is pushing it out. So it creates a little tunnel inside the van to help regulate the temperature. We're about to transition into the bedroom, but I wanted to showcase one thing. The bed in a fixed bed in a van sits up a little bit high and maybe a little tough to get up onto the bed. If you notice here, this is built by design. There's about a 5 or 6 inch wide platform step. It's just an extension of the couch area, just with no cushion on it. But this is a way to step right into bed. It's good for all ages, and so you're not having to hurt yourself trying to leap yourself up into bed. All right, we are in the bedroom here. And again, we have a fixed bed, so we're able to fit in the Promaster a short queen mattress. So what that means, it's actually 75 inches tall by a normal 60 inches wide. I'm 6'1". You can see my height in here. I can still stand in here pretty easily. And then for bed, I fit, like I'm kind of on the taller end of fitting comfortably for a fixed bed here with the short queen mattress. In the bedroom, we've got our thermostat for the Webasto heater. That rests up underneath the passenger seat. These are great again too because they run right off of the fuel line of the actual van. It's all on 12-volt system, so it takes very little power. Super simple to use. It's just a basic thermostat. You just turn it on. It takes a couple seconds for it to fire up, and it keeps this nice and toasty in the wintertime. Down below that is your second zone of lights. Again, everything's on dimmer, but in the bedroom, you've got a zone of lights here. Next to it, there's 4 USB outlets for anything that needs to be charged, like a phone. And then you've got 2 more 110 outlets. Again, you'll need the inverter on for that. We'll always include 2 reading lights in the build. These are great because they're separately controlled. There's a couple different settings. There's a blue light here, and then you got your regular light. Also want to just showcase the ceiling here. We love the way these all turn out. We decided to end up going with a slatted ceiling. Again, we want to bring a home on wheel feel to the build, and we feel like the ceiling really ties it in, and it's a great way to tie in some small features, like the ceiling is stained the same as the counter, and then we try to match the leather pulls to everything just to tie it all in, including the floor as well. We include 2 swivel seats up front, so both the driver's and the passenger seat always will have a swivel. They're super easy to use, but it really helps open up the space. I'm going to show you where and how to use it. There's a big red dome, half dome right here, and nice and smooth and easily it sits right up there. This is great too. You can move that up a little bit. Again, it adds another seat to the van, and then with the flip up here, it's kind of nice. So now you've got a table, a desk if you're working from the road, or just a separate space from somebody else or your partner that's in the van. They can have the lagoon table over on this side, and now you've got your workspace here. We just wanted to showcase how big the garage actually is. Doesn't seem like it may be, but again, with a small space, it is a lot of usable actual space. And so with the bed being fixed, there's enough space here. We have seen people fit 2 bikes in here, but it just holds a good amount of storage. So if you're living full time, you can really pack this up and utilize it and organize it in a way that makes the most sense for you. On the passenger side here is where all the plumbing sits. So you've got, again, a 32-gallon freshwater tank. It's a wheel well tank, so it sits and hugs the side of the van. You've got your water inlet here. This is where you're going to fill your water tank. Below it is your outdoor shower connections, and then there's a little outlet here that has a light on it, but this is so you can see how full the water tank is. It's better to see at nighttime. It's hard to see in the daylight. And then we include your quick connect shower. This is super easy to use. It's a quick turn, 1/4 inch turn, and then you've got your outdoor shower. Heated outdoor shower, big thing. Hot water in a van is a necessity in our opinion, and especially being able to shower it with hot water is always a nice thing too. On the driver's side, on the back side here, 3rd zone of light control is right here. So there's 2 in the main area here. There's a light on the left side here on the on the driver's side, which houses all of the electric. We include a shore power outlet here, so if you are at a campground, you can just use a regular 15 amp extension cord. It runs right along the side of the door right there, and you can plug into shore power, and then you've got non-stop power. And most vans will not have a hitch on it unless you've ordered it that way, so we, as part of our build, will include one on. It's a 2-inch hitch, great for pulling whatever, towing everything, but also great for an additional bike rack. And then one final thing about the garage area, or tie-in to the garage, you'll notice there's a nice big opening inside the van from the garage into the front. It's wide enough and big enough for me to fit through. The whole idea is to stay contained inside the van. If it's crappy outside, if it's raining, in order to get back and get something out of the garage, rather than walking outside, you can just crawl right through, get what you need, or if there's any issues going on, you can get and access anything in the back. On the exterior, one of the final things we'll throw onto the van are some all-terrain tires. This just helps with the grip, so if you're trail riding or even in the winter time, it just gives a little extra assurance that you can get to where you need to go and want to go, and we just feel like it's a nice added touch to the actual build. The final thing for the exterior is the rooftop and the solar. So there's 2 180 watt Neopower solar panels, so a total of 360 watts. This is great, especially if you're in an area like Denver or Colorado. It's super sunny all the time. You're constantly recharging your battery bank, and just helps with the off-the-grid living. But we love van life. We love showcasing what we do. If you're ever in Denver, swing by, take a peek at us. We'd love to house you, just give you a tour of the shop. And if you want to find us online, we're just at vandemiccampervans.com, and also on Instagram at Vandemic Campervans. Thank you again so much. look forward to hearing from everybody.
I do.